Wow, I wonder what the title stands for. Wreck. This is how you make a movie where an everyday place of comfort can be turned into a site of sheer terror. The plot. Something is going on in this apartment. Something infectious. The local firefighters, along with 2 TV broadcasters and police department, are all over this occurrence, or so they presume. Upon first viewing, I thought the dubbing ruined the movie. I finished it thinking that it could have been better. During the second viewing, I felt the dubbing brought a sense of humor to an intense situation and lightened up the mood a bit. I still think it worked for the most part, though. It could have been a lot worse dubbing. Don't get me wrong, the dubbing is pretty bad, even though the actors and actresses look like they both portray their emotions and probably do a terrific job talking and screaming with their original dialect, but the dubbing kind of ruins it. From the very beginning of the movie, everything seems normal, then the firefighters get a call. I soon went for a ride and found myself looking at apartments and thinking, imagine if that innocent-looking building turned into something straight out of Wreck. This movie succeeds in not only tension and atmosphere, but suspense too. It also has tons of ferocious paranoia. Wreck is a fast movie that only runs for about 80 minutes. It's actually a few minutes shy of that. It's like 78. In that, they don't leave much to the imagination in this movie, and for once, that still freaked me out mentally because of the place all these events occurred. It was executed superbly, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. For a budget of around $2 million in US currency, it did fairly well here in the States. It accumulated a gross of $32 million, which is fairly impressive. What else was impressive was the atmosphere that this film boasts. It never stops being terrifying for 1 minute, and it starts right when they reach the apartment complex. The gore, the effects, lots of blood coughing, and some bloody bites. Nothing too extreme, but it didn't need to be in order to achieve what it set out to do. The motion picture soundtrack, this is a found footage horror movie, so there is no music. However, the sound effects are incredibly macabre and grubby. You feel every bite and flesh rip. Like I said earlier, the dubbing was awful, even worse than some of the Godzilla movies I've seen. But when I got further into the film, it's like the dubbing became the last thing I would have been afraid of. The tension is real in this movie, and you don't need professional dubbers to prove that. This is a solid flick, and the twist in the end had my mouth agape. I had seen Quarantine first, which is the remake to this flick. However, I did forget a lot about that movie, and I shall get to reviewing it soon. I need to watch this with subtitles and the original audio sometime soon. Overall, I give Wreck a 4 out of 5. This was voted on by people on Killer Flicks. This series out of the other ones that I had up for suggestions, and that's cool that you guys voted at all, so really awesome for that. And also, the next picks will be on my Facebook fan page. Lion Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Entertainment. Make sure to like my Facebook page and Twitter fan page in the description below, leave comments, and subscribe.